get my COVID shot today. I don't know. I don't know. I was like, it's not a thing. Now I'm a little nervous. I'm sure it's not going to be a big deal. All right, so like my stance on the whole COVID thing and the COVID shot is, um, well, my stance. Like you need a fucking stance. I hate how the whole thing is political. It's so weird. It's so fucking weird, but it is. You know, it was made political. So fuck it. I guess so. When I get it, I'm going to make sure I am very vocal, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm getting my Trump vaccine. Nah, all the leftoids fucking already went out and got theirs already. No, my stance on the whole thing is that it was rushed. It was fast tracked. For Christ's sake, it was called what? Operation uh, Light Speed or some shit. This thing was pumped out really fast, and there is cause for alarm. And you don't know what. I'm gonna close. I forgot to close the window. Give me a second. Hollering and shit. Fucking 7 a.m. about Trump and the coronavirus and shit. Um, yeah, this thing was fast tracked. Everybody knows that. Um, I just didn't trust it. But that was, fuck, how long ago was that? That was fucking 9, 10 months ago? 9 months ago, something like that? Just before 2020? So, you know, it's been a while. A lot of my fears have been alleviated. Everyone I know has got one. My wife's got one because they basically forced her to get it at work, which I did not like. That was a big controversy within the home, within here. We were talking about it, you know, for a really long time, for like a week. The plan was for her to not get it, and, you know, but then they made her sign all these things, and then she'd have to drive herself to a facility once a week on her own dime and get tested, and then submit the paperwork, which is shitty. I didn't like that at all. She didn't like it either. It was just much easier to fucking just get it. This was back when they were first rolling it out and it was really scarce and like people couldn't get it. The general public couldn't get it. Only specific government approved. Like we were still under heavy lockdown. People are like losing their jobs and getting fired and stuff. She's essential. She works in an old folks home. You gotta take care of the old folks, and you can't fucking not have it at an old folks home. You know what I mean? So that's why she fucking got it. And all the fucking CEOs and the company people, all the higher ups there at the company, they brought all their families in to get it and shit. Total fucking abuse of power there. Anyway, she got that fucking months ago, and she was fine. She got a little under the weather after the first shot, she said, but she was fine after the second shot. She got the Pfizer one, the good one. That's the one I want. I don't even know which one I'm getting. I guess it doesn't matter. I don't know. Anyway, it's been a while. It's been a long time. She's fine. Everybody else is fine. So my fears have pretty much been alleviated on the issue. And that's really all where I stand here. I mean, I don't like, you know, I don't like how it's politicized. That's weird. But it is the Trump vaccine. It is the Trump vaccine. It ain't the fucking Biden vaccine. I want the Pfizer one. I don't even think you can get the Johnson & Johnson one anymore. But yeah, I'm young. I'm healthy. Well, yeah, I'm young and healthy. I've never had a lot of issues on anything. I've never been sickly. I'm always fairly healthy. You know, I work out. I eat right, even though I'm fat. Uh, I'm good. I'm good. I don't really have any fears there. The fear comes from, my grandmother. My grandmother is quite old, and her caretaker is my aunt. She is something else. So she called me last night, and she's like, "We're gonna get you vaccinated." Like literally, my grandmother and my aunt and all my family and everyone I know, they're all vaccinated. I'm not. To be honest, since this whole thing was politicized, I just, I'm just, doing my own thing. I'm more of an advocate for free speech and everything. You get signs everywhere. You don't have to wear a mask, but only if you're vaccinated. It's like, fuck you. What are you gonna do? Check my goddamn papers? You know? That's fucking stupid. That's fucking stupid. I don't go to tons of fucking like public meetings and anything like that anyway. I don't go to movie theaters. I don't go to the mall. We go once a month to the mall, to like Walmart. We go to all the stores and stuff like that, but just once a month. We don't go to casinos or anything like that. We're pretty much homebodies when it comes to that shit. Ever since this pandemic thing, but I don't really have much exposure. I'm not really worried about spreading it. If you're that worried, don't fucking go out or get the vaccine. I don't really know what else to say. I am not responsible for that shit. But my aunt called me last night. She's like, "We gotta get you vaccinated." She's just hardcore. She's one of those. I live in Seattle. My whole family's fucking libtards. You could call them libtards. That's fine. Generally, don't fucking talk shit about my family. I don't care who it is, especially my wife. You pop off about my wife, you're getting insta-banned. Ain't no one gonna read your fucking comment. I will turn into a censorship fucking. I'll go hardcore on that shit. You could criticize me and say whatever you want, but don't fucking talk shit about my fucking wife. I'll fuck you up. And if it was in person, now I'll fucking ban your ass. But no, really, you can talk shit. I'll sanction this one. You could call my family leftoids or libtards or whatever, because they are. I don't know what else to say. They are. We live here in the Seattle area, and it is what it is. So my aunt in particular, man, she she just does what the media tells her to do. All she does is listen to CNN and whatever fucking King 5 News here. Woke as fuck. She listens to that shit. That's all she knows about anything about, national or world politics. Is just whatever literally the mainstream media tells her. Every single time we talk or have a conversation, I'm always telling her shit she didn't know. And you'd think at some point she'd go, huh, they are lying to me. No, she never does that. I've told her they're lying to you. It's like, I'm not making fun of you, I'm making fun of them. I'm not angry at you, I'm angry at them. They're lying to you. And every time it's like, no, they're not. No, they're not. And then the next day it's like, no one's lying to me. And then the third day it's like, oh yeah, I know they're lying, but they all lie. It's like, oh, okay, so this lie's okay, but this one isn't? Nah, and on that note, don't fucking do what the media tells you to do. Do what your fucking doctor tells you. You know what I mean? I guess you have to say that sort of thing. Now I could say whatever I want. I could say that the vaccine cures cancer. You don't have to get it. No one dies from the COVID. I can say anything I fucking want. But, no, really, on medical shit, do what your fucking doctor tells you. Don't do what the fucking media tells you. Me? I don't have a fucking doctor. This is my own choice. I'm doing this because I want to fucking do it. It's about time. It will alleviate a lot of fears. I mean, we all been wearing the masks. I take mine off. I go into the store or what have you. There's always that sign. You don't have to wear a mask if you're vaccinated. However, what other people are doing the same thing. As me, they haven't gotten vaccinated, but they don't have to wear it. Freedom of speech and all that. But at some point, maybe I did want to I was gonna wait a year. It's been 10 months, so I think I'm good. I think it's finally time. The bad reactions of this thing are fairly low. Um, I did have a lot of concerns, but I think it's time. And there's a lot of people out there that absolutely refuse to take it, absolutely just will never do it, and never say never. Never say never. I was definitely one of those people. I still am. But that's because my fears were not political or I didn't believe it didn't exist. Oh, my aunt fucking was. I was talking with my aunt. She's like, why? I don't think you've ever told me why don't you get it? How come you haven't gotten it yet? Is it because like a conspiracy? Is it the conspiracy stuff? Is that what? I'm like, what? What do you mean? I just didn't want to get it because this thing was rushed. I don't care whose flag it's flying under. This thing was fucking rushed. I wasn't fucking getting to get it. Thank you for being everyone's guinea pig, by the way. Thank you. Thank you. Thank all of the guinea pigs out there that rushed out there and got it because the media told them to. A broken clock is right twice a day, and I'm very thankful that this thing actually works and it's not, killing more people than the actual disease. And it's been a while. So yeah, I told her like, I think yeah, it's time. And so she's doing all the research. She found the location. She's gonna pick me up and she's gonna drive me later on today, this afternoon. And I told her, okay, if you get all that shit ready, I won't protest. Peaceful protest. I won't fucking do that shit. She's got all excited. Yes, thank you, thank you. And that's it. That's the story. That's about all life. That's all I have to say about that shit. It's never been a political thing for me. But I suppose you could say refusing to get it. Well, I mean, that's the thing. I didn't refuse to get it because of free speech or because of anything like that. I refused to get it because it was rushed and I didn't want to fucking take a chance. People were still doing okay. Like, me and my wife were really, really heavily paying attention to the news, looking up all the studies and all that shit when she went to get it because she got hers early. I'm talking like March, maybe? I think? Yeah, real early. March or April when they first started rolling that shit out. So we were pretty scared there, but yeah, we're young, we're healthy. She was okay, I'll be okay. I just, I don't know. I wish things were different from the start, I wish it wasn't politicized. More people would have went and got it. More people would have been safer. Yeah, finally getting it. There you go. So there will be some fears alleviated there. I don't have to feel... I don't feel guilty when I walk into a store and I'm not wearing my mask. I don't feel guilty at all. This thing is not, in my opinion, that worse than the flu. People weren't acting like this before. And then, of course, if everybody else gets vaccinated with herd immunity, I'm not, there's less risk from me anyway. If you're that afraid of getting it, just don't go out. I mean, they're telling you to self-quarantine. They're locking every place down anyway. They're telling you to wear masks. If you're that afraid, then fucking take care of yourself. If you're that afraid, get the vaccine yourself. It's a no-brainer to me. It's not all on the people that are unvaxxed. It's not all on people like me. It's not. It's fucking not. And if you try to tell me it is, I just got fuck you. That's all I got. It's gonna make people dig in their heels more. You gonna tell me I'm the fucking problem? I'm not gonna change. I'm gonna keep doing the same fucking shit. And the truth is, I'm getting the vaccine not for my grandma, not for my aunt, not for anyone. I'm doing it for me. It's finally time. I've witnessed everything what's going on. Are you up? Oh, it's my I thought my wife just got up. It's my cat eating the cat toy. This tastes so fucking good. Why are you eating this? It's all wet and shit. You fucking weirdo. Yeah, so that's what I'm fucking doing. Look at them. They're all fucking... They're hungry, so they're... I can't even say that word. They'll start freaking out. He's locking eyes with me. Yeah, so that's the thing. I'm going to get it. And honestly, my concern isn't, any sort of long-term reaction or breaking out or anything like that. I get my flu shot. I'm a pretty, to everyone fucking calling me an anti-vaxxer, I get a yearly flu shot. I get a yearly flu. Starting like 5 years ago, we've gotten up and gotten a flu shot every single year. The science backs it. It's just a good idea. I haven't gotten really sick in a while. I'm about due here, but yeah. Um, to people who think I'm an anti-vaxxer, I get a fucking yearly flu shot, for Christ's sake. I just hope they'll roll this in with the yearly flu shot at some point. Like when you just go and you pay, $20 and you get your little yearly, the COVID vaccine, and the new version that will protect against all the variants. It'll be like thrown in there, because when you get the flu shot, it doesn't just protect against the flu. It protects against other variations of coronavirus that existed before the Wuhan flu, and tons of other stuff as well. It's just called the flu shot. I mean, that's just a nickname. That's not really what it's called. But at some point, I think they'll probably, blend it. They'll blend it in there just to make it less of a thing. You just go in there to get it, and it'll be a yearly thing. That'll be really interesting once the year rolls over as well. Are we going to get a new revision of the vaccine? And how will it blend well with other stuff? Are you going to have to eventually get a follow-up? Like, that's going to be really interesting, especially since flus and viruses and other coronaviruses and stuff, they all mutate and stuff, and there's a bunch of strains. You're going to continue to see all these crazy strains of the coronavirus. We got the Delta variant right now, which is supposed to be, it's more infectious. But we'll see. Yeah, I'm just not really hot or cold on the fucking issue. It was really scary when this thing first started going on. I remember when they first started talking about it, I was wise to it. I was the guy telling people, "Oh, you heard about this coronavirus? You heard about this the Wuhan virus? You heard about the Wuhan virus?" I remember, like, I was the one, like, telling my friends and family this shit, and they hadn't even heard of it. It was either no, I haven't heard about that, and they kind of just fluffed it off, or they're like, "Oh yeah, I heard something about that," but this was before the fucking death toll reports in China and all that shit. I was telling her about it, and me and Stacy were straight up in an Arby's, and there was an Asian guy in there. I shit you not. It was later at night. Well, it was in the wintertime, so it was nighttime out, but it was only like 6 or 7 p.m. We were at the fucking Arby's, and we were in there. It was just us over in the corner, and there was this Asian guy sitting there, hacking and coughing, being all fucking nasty and shit. And we were like, "God damn!" And yeah. That really wasn't scary. Like I said, this was before the scare kicked in, but at the time of, that's where the culture was. You don't see a lot of that. You don't see a lot of that these days. People hacking and coughing, being nasty. Everyone forgets people are nasty motherfuckers. People hack and cough in public. This was all before the masks. People were just being fucking gross. From top to bottom, everyone. Gross. Before the hand sanitizers, gross. People are fucking nasty. And I think if Dr. Fauci came out and instead of pounding on the mask issue, he pounded on, wash your hands, sanitize. Wash your hands, sanitize. If that's all we heard in the media instead of masks, I think the transmissions of this COVID would have been way down. But yeah, it mostly affects old. I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to get into the infection rates and who it affects and not. Like I said, I'm not really hot or cold on the issue. I just didn't want to fucking get it because I thought it was more of a risk to get it than to not get it. I'm not in that age group. I'm not, You know, I'm not in my, you know, late 60s, 80s, whatever. I'm fucking young. I've known a lot of people who got it and it wasn't a thing. Although my best friend got it, and his sense of taste, at least the last time I talked to him, he said his sense of taste and smell went away and he still hasn't gotten it back. So that's a little concerning. I haven't heard about that from anyone else. But yeah, everyone's fine. I'll be fine. But that's what I'm doing this afternoon. I'm going to get the poke.